Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Good evening.
All right, ladies. Y'all know I like to start on time. So we're a minute ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm glad to see all of y'all smiling faces back tonight. So we're going to be talking about part two. This is class two. All right, ladies. Y'all know I like to start on time. So we're a minute ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm glad to see all of y'all smiling faces back tonight. Okay, had to mute that. My bad. We're going to be doing part two of our four-part series, Build It with AI. So tonight's topic is we're going to be talking about how to create digital planner pages inside of AI. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys may have seen me talking about the planner pages that I have created. There are tons of group on Facebook that teaches you and show you inspiration and prompts and things like that on how to create these specific pages. So tonight you may say, Jazz, I already know how to do it. Great. But there are a lot of women out there who are just time constricted, don't know how to do it. They just don't know. They don't have the time to actually build out the tools and things like that. So for those of you who are struggling, I am going to show you exactly how I create all of my tools and apps inside of AI to do those specific things and how you can do it as well. Okay. So tonight, things you need to be thinking about as I go through talking about how to build out this specific tool, and then we're going to build it out together. Okay. No, last time I had a volunteer. So if I have a volunteer in mind, go ahead and be ready to raise your hand to be my volunteer for tonight. But um, I think I would be doing you guys a disjustice if I don't tell you some things that you need to be thinking about and have in mind when you get ready to create these specific type of tools and apps inside of AI. Okay. So like I said, you already need to have your niche in mind when you get ready to create these specific type of products. Okay. You need to know what type of planner types that you want to create. Okay. Is it going to be faith based? Is it budget? Content, wellness? There are several different niches out there that you can create these specific type of pages for. You also need to know what type of page types that you want to create. Okay. Prompts, journal prompts, trackers, goal sheets, whatever type of pages that you feel like you want to create specifically for your audience and your niche. You also need to be thinking about your tone and your voice. This is very important. I touched on this last week when we talked about content. Your tone and your voice needs to migrate inside of your product as well. If you would like to incorporate your brand colors inside of your pages, you need to also know your brand colors. Specifically, you need to know your hex codes, okay? And then you need to be thinking about this is the most important thing. I think a lot of us, we just create products and we create pages and all of that, but we don't even know what type of transformation are we selling when we create these specific type of pages. Like I always tell you, ladies, pretty things are pretty, they're nice to have. But when you are really talking about making money and scaling off of whatever you are creating, it needs to create some type of transformation that your audience, your customer is going to have once they have your products in hand. Okay. So always be thinking about what type of transformation it is that your audience is going to get by having your specific planner pages. And then finally, we need to be thinking about your price point. Okay. How are you going to sell these specific pages? Are you going to offer some out as freebies and then do an upsell? Are you going to do some and offer them in a small bundle? Are you going to do a full planner layout? Be thinking about how you're going to actually sell whatever it is that you're going to create. Okay. So, like I said, tonight, if you guys have a specific topic or specific type of planner that you guys want to create, you can drop it in the chat. Or, like I said, if I have a volunteer, I'll use you as my demonstration. I'm going to tonight walk you through how to build out your own custom GPT inside of ChatGPT step by step. If you have already done this before inside of ChatGPT, you are very well familiar on how to do this. But for those who have never built it out, I'm going to show you step by step on how to do that tonight. And then I'm going to show you how you can take what you got from ChatGPT into Canva and actually create the PDF version that you're going to actually give to your customer. And then I will show you the difference in ChatGPT and Google AI Studio, the difference when creating specific pages in there as well. And then you guys already know I'm going to tell you how you can sell it, scale it, and turn this into income. Okay. So last week, we talked about several different platforms that you can use to create these specific tools. Okay. So if you was in last week's class, you already have the download from last week. I went through it very thoroughly, explaining the pros and cons of each platform. Last week we used Claude and we used Canva. So today I'm going to actually show you how we're going to be using ChatGPT. Then you have to go into Canva to actually create the PDF version. And then I'm going to show you how I created one inside of Google AI Studio. I won't be showing you how to build it in Google AI Studio. I'll just be showing you the difference between ChatGPT and Google AI Studio. So those are the three tools that we're going to be using tonight. So this is how I actually get started when I create my planner generators. Okay. Number one, I start with inspiration. My mind is all over the place and in a million thousand places. I cannot think clearly. So I always start with inspiration. And so what I do is I go to Pinterest. Like I said, there are a ton of Facebook groups, social media at its largest. Okay. And I just take a look and see some of the inspiration that people are creating. Okay. And I say things that catch my eye. Okay. So that's how I start off with my inspiration. And then in number two, like I said, there are several communities out there that offer free prompts and all of that for you to create specific pages. If I join those communities and I see a prompt and an output that I like, I do save that prompt and I do credit or say thank you to the creator who provided that prompt. Okay. Now, the third thing I do is I run a prompt and see what I get when I put that prompt in. Okay, so whatever generator I use for this step, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever it is, I run that prompt to actually see what would the final outlook of that specific product would look like. And then if I like what I got back, I save it to my computer or my phone because that is what I am going to actually upload inside of my generator to get it a visual of exactly what I wanted to create for me. Okay. And then, like I said, number 5 is when I ask the generator to create the specific pages, I use those visuals in the pages that I created for those prompts and I upload it so it will already have a note of the style that I'm trying to describe, the vibe of the page, everything that I want on the pages and all of that. And then finally, because we are using AI, your final output is not going to be sometimes your output is not going to be the best. So from then, I just keep refining it and refining it until I eventually get something that I like that I can create every single time. So those are the steps that I normally follow when I am creating out my GPTs or my tools and apps inside of AI. Okay. So tonight, like I said, we're going to be designing or creating your own tool that's going to create your digital planners for you. Okay. Now you can create planners that are fillable, printable, however you want to create your digital planners. Okay. Um, Several type of planner pages that are highly popular, sold across a lot of platforms and including Etsy are going to be your journal pages, your tracker pages, your planner pages, business pages. Don't forget those wellness pages and faith-based type pages. Okay, so those are some of the most trendiest, most highly sold type of pages that are sold across platforms. Now, let's talk about popularity is not a strategy. Okay, so yes, I just told you there are tons of groups and places out there that will teach you how to create these planners and all of that. But because they are trending, and yes, because a lot of people are creating it, does not mean that your specific audience wants it. And I think like I said, I'll be doing you guys a disjustice if I don't give you this disclaimer, because what you will do is jump into building something and not knowing if your customer or your buyers even want this specific product. Okay, so let's start with number one. Not every buyer wants pages. Some people are just listeners. Some people don't even write. Some people don't like to write things down. They use apps and tools and things like that on their computer, laptop, tablets, and things like that. So those are some things that you really have to consider before you talk about mass producing or taking time to creating generators and things like this to output these type of pages. Okay. And the second thing is mass producing hurts more than it helps. Okay. So if you are creating 100 and plus generic pages, and you spend all of your time marketing those pages and not really researching to see if people really want them, and it's specifically to see if it's going to solve a person's problem, you're failing yourself in the beginning. Okay. So, and then you got to know your niche as well. So, like I said, budget trackers for nurses that work a 12-hour shift. Okay. That speaks a lot more volume to that specific audience and that specific person than a generic type of title for that page. And then finally, like I said, because it is trending on the market, it does not mean that your specific audience want these specific pages. So this is just market research that you guys need to do in the beginning before you invest in bulk creating, mass creating a lot of GPTs and apps and stuff like that to create these specific type of products, and to find out that they're not selling because these are not the things that your customer actually wants. So, like I said, before you build out, you need to know your audience. Do they even like to write? Why do they even need these pages? What do these pages do for them? Can they print them at home? Some people don't have the capability or printer to print these pages at home. Okay. Do they already use planners, and where do they shop? So those are some questions that you ladies need to keep in mind when you are creating your GPTs, apps, and specifically selling your pages and stuff online. So what makes a great planner page? You have a clear purpose for what that page is for. It is designed for the user, not to just look pretty. Okay. The user needs to actually use it, and it gives them some type of transformation when they are using that page. Like I said, the transformation, the promise, consistent branding, sellable formats. If you have the capability of providing various formats for them to be able to purchase, that is an upsell, that is a plus with your specific product. And then if you want to bundle specific pages, you can start like a brand kit or something where you could add 10 to 30 pages in it. I feel like a lot of pages is excessive, but starting with, 10 to 30 pages in the bundle is a very good starting point. Okay. So like I told you guys in the beginning, last week, we talked about Claude, and we did an app in Claude. And then we also did one into Canva. So I have two generators myself. Specifically, I have one in Claude and I have one in Canva as well. I have some all over the places, but I do have them in those places as well. So on the screen is what you see is some of the output from those specific generators that I created in those platforms. Now, if you do remember last week, I told you that Claude and Canva will not produce the out product. They will give you the prompt that you will have to take into another platform to actually create the specific product. So that is what I did. So this one that you see on the left-hand side, this one was made in Claude. And this is the tool that I have inside of Claude. I actually built this for my students and I used it as a demonstration. So basically, same thing I showed you guys last week. I built out this tool, this artifact inside of Claude. All I did was chose my different things that I wanted on my page. I made sure that everything that I wanted to include on my planner page was already in here for me to select from. All the way down from what type of page am I creating, the theme and the style, the visual look, the print size, which is most important. If I wanted to incorporate any type of characters in my page, I had the option for me to choose the skin tone and the style and all of that. And so once I did that, like you see over here on the left-hand side, when I took it into ChatGPT, these were the outputs of that specific prompt. And this is right here. Okay. So that is one of them. Here is the other one. And that is the other one right there. So those are the ones that I created with the artifact that I created in Claude. Now, I do have another one inside of Canva that I created. I showed you guys same technique how we did last week with Canva. You tell it exactly how you want your output or your product to look. You create your app. All I did with this one is this time, this one allows me to upload a photo and I choose the same type of outputs that I want the page to look like. And so once I did that, this is what you see inside of ChatGPT as well. These were the outputs from, well, not specifically that one. That one came from Claude. That was the Claude generator. This one was the Claude generator. This one was the Claude generator. This one is the Canva. Okay, so this one was the output from Canva. And this one was the output from Canva as well. Okay, so that is the difference between, like I said last week, the difference in those two platforms and using platforms like ChatGPT. Okay, so that is what I created when I used my Canva and my Claude generator. So today we're going to be actually building out your GPT inside of ChatGPT this time, because we did the other two last week. So like I said, these are different types of GPTs that you can create based on what you want to create your specific type of planners and stuff for. So I dropped a PDF inside of the chat. If you haven't went to the chat, go to the chat. It is a PDF. It's going to fully explain your steps on how to build out your GPT inside of ChatGPT as well. And
it's not
it
there
should
yet.
be at the very top of the chat. It was one of the first things that I uploaded inside of the chat. Let me make sure.
It's not showing.
No.
It won't be
see
there
it.
if they came in after the fact because I don't have it either, but I switched devices.
I'm finna upload it again. Let me
Thank you.
Okay, do everybody see it now? It's a PDF I dropped in the bottom of the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that outlines exactly what you see on the screen right here, step by step on how to build out a GPT inside of ChatGPT. Okay, and also inside of there is the specific prompt that I'm going to use with you guys tonight in order to build out the GPT in live time. Okay, so while you guys get that, I'm going to grab that prompt. I'm going to check the chat and I'm going to see what you guys said y'all want to build out. Okay, because I build out, specific type of GPTs and stuff like that for my niche and my audience. But for tonight, I'm going to see what you guys want to do. So
I'm sorry, I can't open this. It's telling me I can't save it.
Anybody else have that problem?
Download it first and then go to your downloads and then you're able to open it.
Okay.
Okay, I see business planners. I see business planners, life planners, faith-based planner, faith-based fitness planners. Oh, that was nice. Journals. Okay, so tell me what industry, what niche are you guys in? Because the prompt, we can add it to create those specific type of planners. I see faith-based and I see business planners. Okay. So let me grab my prompt. And if you guys want to do it with me, you can, or if you want to just watch me and then you guys want to go back later, use the prompt and to create your own, you can do that. Okay, so I got the prompt that I gave you guys inside of the book, and I'm going to paste that inside of ChatGPT. That's how you begin. Now, now, this prompt that I gave you guys, I started it off specifically asking it to create me a GPT inside of ChatGPT. And also, I wanted to, at the same time, to give me the step-by-step instructions on how to create this GPT as I go, okay? So I'm going to fill in the blanks on this specific prompt, okay? Let me make sure, okay. Y'all didn't say who y'all audience was. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Okay. We just gonna fill in the blanks, okay? And I'm just trying to go off top of my head, okay? So for this one, I just said we're going to do the industry as faith-based. The target audience is women between the ages of 35 and 50 who have been through trauma in their life and have resulted to writing out their pain in pages. This is how they release their thoughts and their hurts. The specific type of planner pages I want this to create. I'm just going to say all of these. Okay, we're just going to say all. And then the style that I want, I'm just going to say all of those. Now, when you build out yours, you need to make sure that you are choosing the ones that you want specifically to your niche and to how you want your planner pages to come out, okay?
Are you gonna give us the one you build out tonight?
It's probably going to be I'm going to actually share this GPT that I create with everybody on the chat tonight. So before you hop off the chat, when I get done building it, make sure you click it so it will save to your chat GPT account. Okay, because this prompt that I'm doing right now, the reason why I didn't put it in the chat is because it's so long.
Okay.
So the prompt that's in there, the steps 1 through 5. So like where would we fill in the blanks at? Like for like number 1, we would put the name that we want and then a description for 2 and like that.
No, it should be a prompt at the bottom towards that PDF. It's the same prompt that I pasted right here. And then it has some brackets. That's where you'll fill in your specific niche audience in industry.
Okay, so we go past the numbers. We go down.
The numbers is just showing you how to actually build it out.
Okay, and then we add that. Here is my planner GPT information. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I did all of that. Here is the output from chat. So remember, in my prompt, I asked it to give me some GPT names. So here are some names that I can choose from when I get ready to name my GPT. Here is my description that I'm going to put inside of my GPT. Here are my instructions. Ooh, pretty long too. My suggested knowledge files that I can put in the GPT, my conversational starters, if I would like to do this, and my prompt. So it gave me everything that I needed to actually create my GPT. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open up another web page just so I can have them side by side and I can just copy and paste. And so now let's get started in building out this GPT, okay? So the first thing you need to do is you need to come over here to the GPTs on the side in your in the sidebar over here. Come to the top and hit create. Okay. Over here in create, this is where that information that ChatGPT just gave us. This is where I'm going to put all of this information at right here. Okay. So let's go back up. Now, we could choose one of these GPT names. Let's just say, I'll just do the Healing and Pages Studio, okay? So I'm gonna go to the configure, and I'm gonna paste that right there. Now we need the description. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy the description that ChatGPT gave me. All of this stuff is editable. So once you go back in and you want to change anything inside of your GPT, you can do that, okay? Now we need the instructions. Now the instructions do have a limitations on the characters, but I'm going to paste everything it gave me right there, and hopefully we don't hit the limit, the characters limitations. So let's just see. Okay, it did pretty good. So we have our instructions. Now we need our conversation starters. If you guys have ever purchased any GPTs from other users or even created your own, you know, at the top under your GPT, it'll have like little buttons that you can click on. It's just a faster way for you to actually start creating versus you typing in exactly what you want. So that is what we have right here when it says the conversational starters, okay? Those conversational starters, these are some things that you can paste over there, and you press it and it should automatically start creating exactly what you want to create. So I'm just going to paste about 4 or 5 of them just to get started. So I'm just copying and pasting. That's all I'm doing. ChatGPT gave me everything that I needed to do based on the information that I put in my prompt. So I am going to just copy and paste this information over here, okay? So it's 1, 2. Let's do this one. And I'm not going to do the full bundle because I wanted to do it page by page. So I'm just going to paste those those 5 right there. Okay. Now, there is another thing. If there is a specific type of logo or a picture that you want to put right here, you can click this button and upload your photo right here, but I'll show you how you can go over to create and have it to create one for yourself. Now, what I normally do is I don't like the way that it creates it for me. So what I'll do is like in this specific chat right here where it gave us our instructions, I would say now I want you to create me a prompt that I can use to create my photo for this app. And I will take that prompt and create the specific type of picture that I want over there as well. So that's how you can do that over there. Now, a couple of things that you want to make sure that you do turn on and off is just leave this on no recommended model, especially if you plan on selling your specific GPT to other users. They may be on different accounts and stuff like this. So don't constrict your GPT by choosing a specific model. And then these things over here, I want to take the canvas off and then leave the image generator on because yes, we are creating an image generator. And then the web search as well, leave that one on, okay? So those are my instructions. Now, the final thing that we need to do is we need to create the knowledge part of your GPT. Your this is where your GPT is going to actually pull the information that you uploaded right there to actually see exactly what it is that you are trying to create. Now, in our prompt instructions, it gave us a couple of suggestions of knowledge files that you can upload. So we can create a brand style guide, a faith scripture bank, planner pages, examples, Canva design rules, product types list, or whatever. So what I am going to do, and well, let me tell you this. What I normally do is, like I told you guys in the beginning, when I find inspiration, I save it. When I create different type of pages from my own tools, I save them. And then I upload those pages back into the knowledge files itself, okay? So that is where my GPTs are pulling the information from. So let's just say you guys want to create other type of GPTs that create your artwork or whatever type of things that you guys sell. That is how you can upload those products back into your GPT, so it'll pull for those informations as well. So there are two things I'm gonna tell it to do right now. I'm gonna tell it to
Hey, Jazz, we're gonna need this whole chat right here.
what chat, girl?
When you make it, we're gonna need the whole thing.
I'm gonna share it with y'all. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Don't hop off the car too fast. I'm gonna share it with y'all. So while that is creating the knowledge files for me to upload, this is where your knowledge files will go. Okay, you're gonna when you upload your knowledge files, it has to be in some type of format. Okay, so I asked the thing to create that for me in a PDF, so I could turn it into a PDF format. But what I'm also gonna do is I'm just gonna upload some of my I hope I saved them. My planner pages in here too, so that it will know exactly the look that I'm going for. And I think they're on my other computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to download them. I'm going to have to download them. I already have this stuff downloaded, y'all. Let me go to my images. So this is an extra step that I should have done in the beginning, but I didn't. My apologies. But what I'm doing is I'm downloading those ones that the prompts from Claude and from Canva created for me. And I'm just downloading those so I can upload them back into that knowledge file so that this GPT that I am building out right now will have some type of look of what I want when it actually create the pages. Okay. So that's all I'm doing right now. You guys, like I said, when you guys find inspiration and stuff like that, go ahead and save it and have it ready to upload inside of your GPT. Do anybody already create these or sell planner pages? I know it's a trending thing on social media right now. And do anybody else already do this? I
haven't created my own. I just was using some of the ones and create new cover pages and making a thing to like post something for sale. But I just made my own covers. But I like this where you can kind of customize. I was using the old inserts that's been floating around.
I got you. Pretty much anything that we see on social media, even down to our ebooks. I have you guys know ChatGPT is 2.0 now in the visuals that they're outputting when it comes to your infographics and stuff like that. I purchased a PLR ebook from somebody and I turned that into a GPT myself. So that's what I'm going to be using when I create my my social media content versus me trying to figure out what to say on my own. Okay. So let's see.
What you say you did, Jazz?
I purchased the ebook. It gave me all of the prompt layouts on how to create the new infographics and stuff inside of ChatGPT. So instead of me having to always go back to this ebook and grab the prompt and okay, put it in chat like we're doing now, and then edit it with the brackets, I took that entire ebook and I turned it into a GPT. So now all I have to do is go in there and say, I want to create a Pinterest graphic on this topic. It automatically, I didn't post it. It was supposed to share yesterday. It'll create the infographics for me. So now all I do is download and upload it to my Pinterest account. So I need something that's going to output my content or create my content faster for me. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. So these are our knowledge. So like I said, your knowledge files are going to go in your knowledge section. So it'll know exactly how you guys want to output your pages. So only thing with this is you cannot copy and paste this information inside of your knowledge file. You will have to create some type of PDF or something like that for your for this information. So all I'm going to do is copy this information, and I am going to just create a simple I'm going to create a simple PDF inside of Google Docs, and then I'm going to download it. Okay. So I'm just going to go to Google Docs. I'm just going to create a blank document. All I'm doing is turning the knowledge files that the ChatGPT gave me into a PDF. Okay. So I just copied it. I just went to Google Docs and I pasted it. And now I'm just going to re-download that as a PDF. Okay. So now that I have the PDF, I've uploaded my images that I wanted to reference to, and now I'm going to upload that PDF that I just created in Google Docs. Okay. Now, the final thing, it did give me a prompt to create a visual for this specific type of GPT. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to paste that and let it create the visual. Okay. So that is the final thing. Now, we have all of the configuration stuff set up. We have our name, our description, our instructions, our conversation starters. We have our knowledge files. We have all of our recommended stuff turned on or off that we need. The only thing that we need now is the actual image. And I'm going to test this GPT out and see how it comes out. Okay. So as soon as this one's finished downloading or creating, we'll download that and add it to that, and we're going to test it out. Okay. Now, when it comes to testing out your specific GPT, I'm the type of person where I don't like for it to ask me a million questions before it actually generates what I want. So that's why I said it comes down to the refining. You may have to keep refining it till it actually outputs what you were trying to create or the mission that you want the GPT to be for. Dang it, I forgot to put the name. What was the name of my app? Let's try that one more time, y'all. I'm gonna say. Okay. So I'm gonna get it to put it with the right name. But refining your GPT, that's what I was talking about. So if it's asking you a lot of questions, if it's now outputting the information or the pages how you would like for it to do, that is when you'll have to keep going back into your instructions over here and making sure that you put those specific type of instructions and edit your instructions so it will start putting out the information as you want. When I create these GPTs, like I said, I try to get it to where it asks me less questions as possible. I want to choose 1 or 2 inputs, and then I just want you to output the information as I am trying to get it. Okay. So that is the logo that it created. We'll just roll with that. It's probably going to cut off some of it, but you guys get the point. You create your logo however you want it to do. And I'm just going to simply upload that right there. Okay. So that is the logo. That's what shows up over there. Now, at this point, now it's all about testing out your GPT. Now, the conversation starters, the one we put over here, that's why we put those over there, because in your GPT, if you want to get started, all you have to do is hit one of these buttons and your GPT is going to start performing. Now, if there's specific type of conversation starters that you want over here, you can put them over here, but that is how your conversation starts over here. So I saw somebody say something about I'm just going to choose this one and we'll see. I'm going to see, I think somebody said something about a budget tracker. Now, do you see how this GPT is putting out the title page, the page purpose, and all of that information? Okay, so I don't want it to do that. I just wanted to actually create the page that I am doing. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to, and all of that is because that is somewhere over here inside of the instructions for it to do that. And I don't know where it is in the instructions, and I am going to get AI to do AI's job to find it. Okay. So going to, okay, so this is my chat. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I'm typing. So I screenshotted what the GPT was doing and I uploaded it back into the same chat that I created the instructions with. And all I said is I'm uploading a screenshot of what the GPT is asking once I hit the starter questions. I do not want it to give me all of that information. I just wanted to create the pages as asked. Now, in the prompt, the only thing that I asked it to do was to ask me what type of page that I wanted to create and if I wanted to create any specific type of image to go along inside of this GPT. So I'm going to send that, and what it's going to do is it's going to refine those instructions for me. And so I can go back and put that back inside of my GPT. Okay, so it found where the problem was at. So now it's telling me replace your current question and output section with this. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to go back into my instructions and I'm going to find where that information is and I'm going to change that. Let me figure out where it was at. Important user experience rules. Okay, let's see when we find that.
At the bottom of your chat, Jazz, it tell you what to delete.
Yeah, I saw this right here. It wants me to delete all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And it said another section. Go back. I'm going to love that. Hmm.
Can you tell it just to rewrite it for you and then just
Yeah, I can. I can. I'm gonna say because I'm slow right now. I just woke up, y'all. I'm back. Just rewrites. Because I'm just squinching and okay. So we're gonna let it rewrite the entire instructions. What I am trying to do is to have it in the instructions where it don't ask me so many questions or provide me how it's going to design the pages. It should already know how I want the pages to look based off of the information that I uploaded. So the only thing that it should ask me is a few questions and then create the page. So now that I'm going to copy and paste all of this right here. And I'm going to close that. So it's going to, over here, it's going to redo its thing. And then we're going to try it again. And so basically this is it. Now let's try something else. Let me see. Nope. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully this will get it, guys. What it was doing is instead of creating out the visual, it was actually creating out the page itself. So I went back in and asked it to rewrite the instructions for me one more time. So hopefully this time it will actually output what we are trying to get. And that's why I was talking about the refining. Once you guys create it, you need to test it out, especially if you plan on selling your GPT, to make sure that it is putting out the information that you guys want. Okay, so let's just try this one to see. So while that one is generating, we'll make sure. Okay, so this is the final output. We chose the affirmation sheet. So based off of the audience that we put in the niche and industry that we put in, this is the affirmation sheet created from this GPT right here. Okay, so I'm going to download it because I'm gonna give y'all all of these. So let's try something else. Okay, let's try to design a prayer journal. And based off of how you guys see other people create pages and things that you like I said, you can always go back in and change your instructions. So let's just say you like to create journal type prayer pages. You can get more specific in saying exactly what you like on your specific pages, okay? You may not want scriptures and prompts and stuff like that. So whatever it is that you like on your pages, make sure that you go back in and you tell it, exactly what you want. So here is an example of the journal pages that it created, okay? So I'm just going to download that. I'm downloading because with your GPTs, it's going to give you the visual, the artwork, the PNG type of it. If you want to sell it as a PDF, meaning that the customer can actually just print this out, if maybe they don't have the capability of converting it to a PDF or whatever, the next step will be you'll have to take it into Canva, or if you have another software that you use to convert it to a PDF, that's what you can do. So basically, the GPT is built out, guys. So for those of you who are interested in selling, specific type of pages for whatever your niche, it could be budget trackers, it could be, it don't always have to be journaling. I mean, whatever your niche and your audience want these specific type of pages for, or they need them for, this is how you guys can build out your own GPT to create these specific type of pages. So, the other one, I tried to change something. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so I changed up some information in the instructions because, like I said, I wanted to ask me 2 questions because I'm going to show you why I wanted to ask me these 2 questions. So, like I said, these are your conversational starters. You could say your quick start questions, but I want to see if it's going to actually ask me the 2 questions that I want it to say. So let's. Yes. Okay. So I built this one because I wanted to ask me what type of page do I want to create. And then I wanted to ask me, do I want to include a figure inside of my artwork? So I know you guys may have seen on social media, or if you have not, some people like to incorporate visuals inside of their planner pages. So like the pages I showed you earlier, they had the woman in it. So let's just say if you have your own specific type of woman that you have created and you want to incorporate her inside of your planner page. So let's just say somebody in chat said a budget tracker. So I'm just going to say a budget tracker. Yes, include. So I told I want to choose a budget tracker, and I want my own artwork that I want incorporated in the page. So I'm just going to test it out and see if it incorporated. So let's just say, I don't know, one of these look like budget tracking women, but we're going to upload it, okay? But with, and while that is generating, with my Claude and with my Canva and with the one that I have in AI Studio, which I'll show you in a second, those the brains behind that already know what type of women that I like to incorporate in my pages. So if that is an extra step that you want to take when you are creating your GPTs and you want to incorporate and give it some of the image look likes that you want inside of your pages, that is what you'll do inside of your knowledge steps as well. So you won't have to be uploading these images. It'll automatically incorporate that inside of your specific page. So that is the budget tracker, okay? So that is our GPT built out, okay? So literally about 20, 30 minutes, you ladies can be building out these type of GPTs and stuff for yourself, for your audience, to sell, however you feel like you want to do, simply done inside of ChatGPT, okay? So once you tested it out, you like everything that you see, it's outputting the information that you want. What you'll do is you'll just hit this create button up here. Once you hit create, it's going to ask you a couple of questions. Do you want to share this GPT only for yourself? Do you want anyone with the link to have this GPT, or do you want to upload into the GPT store? If you plan on using this for personal use or you are selling your GPT, do not hit GPT store. Your GPT will be public to everyone that has a ChatGPT account inside of their GPT store, okay? So I am going to choose anyone with the link, and I'm going to hit save. And I am going to copy and paste this link inside of the chat. So guys, go ahead and go to the chat, and that's where you can download this GPT to your own account, okay? So let me... So there is the link to the GPT. So if you click on it, it should open up inside of your own ChatGPT, and you guys should be able to see that specific type of GPT on the side, okay? So that is how you guys can build your own GPTs inside of ChatGPT. It does not have to be specifically for faith-based. You may be in nursing, you may be in fitness, you may be in the health field, wherever your niche and your audience is. The objective is you take your niche in your industry, you tell it specifically what type of planner pages or digital pages that you want to create for those specific type of people. What is going to be something that's useful to them, that what's going to help them, what's going to be a transformation to them. I don't know, if I was a nurse, I would probably want to keep up or have something that I could write down when I visit my patient's room or something. That's how you have to get into researching and finding out what is going to be a transformation for them when you guys create your pages, okay? But using that same framework and using that same prompt is how you guys can actually create those GPTs inside of ChatGPT. So if you want to turn your pages that you get from ChatGPT into a PDF, you guys simply know that you can come to Canva. What you want to do is create another page. So most of those are in an 8.5 by 11 because that is what's in the instructions. So I'm going to create a page 8.5 by 11. And what I would do is I'm just going to upload those pages that I created inside of my GPT and bring them over here to Canva, okay? I'll just do those for her. So once you have them uploaded inside of Canva, just bring them over to your Canvas. And I'm going to right click them and I'm going to set it as background, okay? So do that for all of your pages that you need to turn into a PDF. I'm just changing the background, adding each of those journal pages that I created from my GPT over here into Canva, okay? So now that I have all of these, so now all you can do is come up here to the top and hit the share and just download them as a PDF, okay? Hit the download, change your file type to PDF. And then you can choose all of your pages, or you could choose whatever page that you want to turn into a PDF. So let's just say if I say page 1, I download that. So now when you upload this into your Etsy store or your Shopify store, or wherever you sell your products at, your customer will actually get the PDF version that they can print out, okay? It won't be an image, because what we got from Canva was just the image, okay? So if you want to turn it into a PDF, you can do it this way. Or if you want to create maybe like a planner book, or you want to sell something on Lulu, PDF, and then also with the PDF version, if your customer uses Adobe or if they use GoodNotes and stuff like that, they can actually write on this PDF. Exactly, once they, I'm hitting too many buttons, they can write and edit the PDF as they get it. So they'll be able to actually write out the information on here. It's acting crazy now. Where is it? Okay, so that's how your customer can actually type in on their PDF inside if you download it as a PDF. Okay, so that is how you guys can create your own GPTs inside of inside of ChatGPT. Whatever your niche is, whatever your purpose is for your GPTs, that is how you can create them inside of ChatGPT. Then, like I said, the next thing that you would need to do is take it over to Canva if you want to sell the actual PDF documents. So that is ChatGPT. I showed you Claude. I showed you AI. I'm sorry, Canva last week, how to build out your apps and stuff in those two platforms. This is ChatGPT, and I'm going to show you just quickly how I built one out in Google AI Studio. Same concept, guys, with the prompt, with the instructions, what I like, what I wanted to outproduce. I built the same thing in Google AI Studio. Now, I told you the difference between Google AI Studio and some of the other platforms last week. So it's totally up to you if you want to build something out in Google AI Studio. But the reason why I'm going to show you why I build some of my stuff inside of Google AI Studio and I'll just pay the difference is because I can get the final output all in one. So versus me having to go into Canva and create the actual PDF document, the one that I built out actually does it for me. So all I would do is, because I do like to incorporate the images and stuff inside of my specific apps, I just upload my image in the same thing that you guys can create your app. If you want to do Google AI Studio, the same thing that I did. I asked you guys what type of pages that you wanted. So I built my app with the type of pages that I wanted. So I'll just choose this prayer one. The mood, what type of page do I want to create? Different type of pages that I can create based on this app right here is a faith-based app. So it's going to give me options centered around faith-based. Okay. So let's just say I say gratitude. Okay. Same way, background. You guys can incorporate that in your prompt and in your tool as well. What do you want your background to look like? So I'll just choose one of them. Decorate styles, all of this, just whatever you want, however you want your pages to look like. The layout preference, because I did upload an image. If you have your own quotes, I'm not speaking specifically just to the faith basis, other industries and other things that you guys can have your own quote for, your own saying. You can build out some of these stuff for school is finna get out, and homeschool parents and summer schools and churches and what is called the summer program stuff. They need stuff like this for their kids. So you can build out tools and stuff like this for kids. Okay, these children these days have their own quote, so you can use your own quote or however you want. But for me, I added these options, so I'm just gonna let the AI generated my page size. I wanted the same, and then my image resolution. So that's going to build out the page for me, and then I'm going to show you the difference in the why I use Google AI Studio versus, you can say, Jazz, why didn't you just use ChatGPT? You showed us how to do it. I'm going to show you the difference in why I built out some of the things that I built out in Google AI Studio. Like I said, with Canva and Claude, you would just get the prompt. With ChatGPT, you can get the image, but with this one, I built out, I can actually get the final output as well. So while that is generating and I'm showing you the example of this, did anybody have any questions pertaining to building out your own digital planner inside of AI tonight? I'm going to check the chat as well. Yes, ma'am, Cece.
Okay. So, two things. So when in the prompt, it talks about the let me go, suggested files to upload. So we have to upload those knowledge files.
You talking about inside of ChatGPT?
Yes.
You don't have to upload knowledge files. Your knowledge files, your instructions tell your GPT what to do, but your knowledge files are sort of, I would say, like a reference point. So if there's anything that you wanted to reference or give it a look like, that's where you will upload your knowledge files. And keep in mind also, like I said, I can't remember the character limitations on ChatGPT instructions box. I think it's 8,000 characters. So if you go over 8,000 characters in your instructions, you will probably want to take the rest of your instructions and put them in a knowledge file and upload it.
Okay. And then, so that prompt that you gave, did you just take that prompt and come over here and use the same prompt, or you had to use something else?
With this one, that's the prompt that I gave you is sort of more of like real structure. You guys know I like to talk to my GPTs and stuff like that. But the same format, what I did was I took some inspirations of things that I created or that I saw, and I uploaded it and told it exactly what platform. Now, if that was because that one was we were using ChatGPT. If I'm going to do any other platform, I always tell it what platform I'm creating that tool for, so it will know. ChatGPT is one of the platforms we use outside of Google. So for some reason, ChatGPT can pull information from those other platforms, and it'll know exactly how to format the information for those other platforms. So with Google AI Studio, basically I did the same thing. I had inspirational pages that I liked. I uploaded them, told it exactly what platform that I was using, how did I want my pages to output, how did I want them to be, and it pretty much built the same thing. So I'm pretty much 95% sure the same prompt that you guys are using in ChatGPT, if you wanted to bring it to Google AI Studio, you'll get the same results. It just comes down to refining it till you actually get what you actually want in the output. So same prompt, just maybe a different type of tweak that you need to do.
Okay, because I just put it in there and I just told Chat I was going to try to do it in Lovable, and it just gave me the prompt to take over to Lovable. So I'm going to try that out.
Gotcha. So ladies, this is my output. I don't know why my screen glitching. Why is it doing that? This is the output from Google AI Studio. Like I just told Cecilia, the same prompt, same instructions, same style, same everything that I like. I built this inside of Google AI Studio. Now, the only thing, like I just said, with Google AI Studio, it allows me to print and save the PDF right here inside of my studio. So if I hit this button, it's going to automatically save this page to my computer or to my phone. I'm skipping the Canva step, okay? So that is why I created this Google AI Studio app, because it be to this way. All I would do if I wanted to print it, I could print it out on my printer right here. But if I wanted to save it to be able to sell to my customer, I can just hit the save as PDF button and then it will save to my computer. Okay. So that was just based off of an option that I did as well. And then also, if I wanted to save this specific, I don't know why it's glitching like that for y'all. If I wanted to save this image and maybe I wanted to share it on social media or share it into my group to show them, inspiration of what I created, I can download the PNG version right here as well, and it's saved to my computer. So that is the difference in ChatGPT and the difference in Google AI Studio when it comes to creating the digital planners part, because Chat will do an awesome job in creating the visuals for me, but Chat will not give me the option to download it in the PDF version. I don't know if it'll work for you guys. I have tried it, but it doesn't come out right. So I built the same tool using Google AI Studio. I think I do. I think I have so many pages open, and that's irritating me too because y'all can't see. Let me try to close some pages so it'll stop glitching. No, still doing it. But that's the difference. That's the difference in Google AI Studio and ChatGPT when it comes to your planner pages. You can create planner pages for whatever it is that you guys want to create. So that is the gist of how you guys can create your digital planner pages using AI. So if you guys have any questions for me regarding to tonight's session on how to build it in AI, go ahead. You feel free to come off of mute or you can drop it inside of the chat. Please make sure that you have grabbed the GPT that we created. You also grab the PDF that I uploaded inside of the chat before we end the call, or else you guys won't be able to see it.
Jazz, make sure you put that conversation in the chat too for GPT.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let me go back.
Hey, Jazz.
Was anybody able to build theirs out with me as I went along?
Hey, Jazz, this is Tanya. I was following you along, but that part where you kind of switched it up and you went back into chat and you changed up the prompt. I think that was where I kind of lost it at, in terms where it wasn't giving the output that you wanted. Will we get that part of it?
That's what I'm finna get ready to paste inside of the chat right now. I'm gonna paste that entire conversation inside of the chat as well, ladies. So if you guys wanted to go back and see exactly what I told the GPT, you can do that. Vanessa, you said will you get the Google Doc file? Oh yeah, I can give you the Google Doc file. Hold on one second. So y'all should have the PDF, you should have the GPT link, you should have the chat conversation that I used when I started my prompt, and then I'm going to give y'all that knowledge file that I uploaded inside of ChatGPT as well.
The page is not working that you just put in there.
It's not? Okay, hold on one second.
It's coming up for an error 404.
Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I don't know why the link ain't working. but I'm gonna give y'all the chat. So was anybody else able to build out is this anybody's first time ever seeing a GPT built out? Like, was this y'all first time ever learning how to build these GPTs? Because they're very simple once you really know exactly what it is that you are trying to create. And the hardest part for me, I guess, will just be going back and refining it, making sure that it actually output the information as you want it. But they're very popular when it comes to digital products. You know, a lot of people are selling their GPTs, they're creating GPTs. They're very popular when it comes to digital products. So if you are one of the people who are saying, I have a niche, I have an idea, I know what people struggle with, I have something that I wanted to create that's going to help them. Creating those GPTs are an awesome idea. And it's not just, for customers. If they're, like I just told you guys, I took a ebook that I had and I created an entire GPT for it to create my social media content. Okay. So it's all about what you guys, whatever purpose it is that you want to create your GPT for.
I figured out the problem with why the link ain't working. For some reason, it did your it's copied twice. If you see it, so what I did was I just did it once and put it in the thing and it came up. So I put it in the chat. So for some reason,
is that the chat where I did the prompt?
Yeah, where you were sharing it. Yeah, so when you posted it, for some reason it's almost like it copied it twice and made it like a run-on sentence, and that's why it's saying 404. But if you pull up the one that I just did one of them and it came up.
Okay, thank you, love bug. Because I was trying to download it, but now it's time I downloading 29 pages. I'm like, no, that's too long. Okay, ladies. So she put the link inside of the chat for those who wanted the conversation that I had inside of ChatGPT when I was building out the GPT. Okay, so you guys should have 4 products for me for this GPT, this session right here. The images and the pages that I created, I know that's going to be a lot of data inside of the chat. So I will upload those inside of the Facebook group. And if you want to go inside the Facebook group and grab those and do what you want to do with those, feel free to do that. So I'll upload those inside of the group. But other than that, did anybody else have any other questions pertaining to building out your digital planners pages inside of AI? I gave you several different options that you can use. The 4 platforms that I use. It's totally up to you guys exactly how you want, which platform you want to use.
I do not have a question about that, but I do have a question.
She's gonna pick my brain. Yes, ma'am.
So, are we still doing Get Stuff Done tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
That was so simple, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I look forward to seeing all of y'all.
I'll be there. I think
Is
that's
it a schedule conflict?
Nope. I just wanted to make sure since you came on today, I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, y'all know I'm usually sleep till Sunday nights. Okay. But yes, I look forward to seeing all of y'all tomorrow night. So, ladies, thank y'all for popping on tomorrow. Tonight. I appreciate everybody who showed up tonight. Hopefully you guys have learned, people. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't cost me anything to show you guys how to do this. People are charging, 30, 40, 50 plus dollars to show you guys how to create these tools. My job is to show you guys how to create them effectively and why you are creating them so you can actually either utilize them for yourself or learn how to turn into another stream of income for your business. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining on, and I look forward to seeing you guys on session 3.
All righty then.
Good night, Slow.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you, Jazz.
You're welcome.